We buy used shoes. We buy used clothes. We don't use credit cards. We use debit cards. And we just keep a tight rein on all of our expenses. Hey, Don. How's it going?
Hey, Bob. Good to see you.
Over the years, we invested into commercial real estate and made several investments there that paid off. Ended up with several commercial properties. You called and said you had a rent check for me.
Rent check?
All right.
Thank you.
We bought this 20 acres about 8 to 9 years ago, and it's really a blessing because it has this old chicken hatchery on it, but we've divided this up into 10 different rental units, and there's about 37,000 square feet of warehouse space. It provides a steady income for our family. And then the boys and I come over and do work projects to fix things up. About 10 years ago, we bought this property here, and about 2.5 years ago, we had just a regular radio tower that was like 150 foot tall, and then we were approached by a cell phone company that, because of the elevation of this property, they wanted to put a cell phone tower here. So far, we've got 3 renters on the tower, and that provides a lot of our income for our family. I think I've got full bars here right now. Yeah. Great cell phone reception. We're getting ready to head to Aldi to do some shopping real quick.
Wow, we have 11 carts. $1,959.91.
Wow.
Film crew contact us.
So, Mom, Michelle, so would you please show us around the house?
Sure, I'd love to. They want to do a series about large families because in their country they are not having as high birth rates, and that's causing a crisis in their country. And so when they came over here, they came in, and our big family was all here, and one of the gentlemen had never been to America ever. And so, of course, Dad, with his wit, had to say, now this is a typical American family.
너무너무 좋아가지고 제 마음이 좀 정화되는 느낌이랄까 그런 느낌이 좀 있었습니다.
He was also really surprised when he first time he saw the family, but he really fell in love with the children, especially with their eye. That makes his heart like purified, that purifies his heart.
I think my parents were a little stressed out with the Korean crew because they just rush.
Long hours, long days, early morning till late at night. And for a large family with lots of little ones, that's quite stretching for us. Having one more child is not that much more work because you just throw a little bit more in the pot.
They're always tapping on the shoulder. Can we get this shot with you? Will you do this for us? Can we get an interview? We're like, I don't want to say bad stuff about people, but they did work us from early in the morning till late at night. They worked us really hard.
We usually will just explain to the children that most of the questions are usually the same. They're just curious about how does a large family run and how do you do it?
We're getting ready to head to Aldi to do some shopping real quick and do like a once a month big shopping trip. And so we're taking all the family, and Josh is supposed to meet us over there with a box truck to load everything up. So.
Most of the time when we go shopping, people may watch the TV show and go, oh, wow, they all go shopping together. I could never do that. Wow, we have 11 carts.
With 17 people, you're going to have a lot of shopping carts. I mean, it's nothing for somebody to come in here and get 5 or 6. 17 is even better.
We typically are a lot cheaper than other grocery stores because we have lower overhead costs.
Oh, I think Daddy might be hungry right now. It's right before lunch. He's eating a lot of junk food.
Hey, Daddy!
When we get home and there's extra stuff in there, his dad slipped it in. So.
Yes, he's the biggest kid of all.
That's right, yeah.
I'm ready to move on from the junk food to real food now.
What do you think about a mom who has 17 kids?
I think it's great. I think it's a real blessing from God. I've got 4. But that's it.
I can't even imagine the grocery bill with that many kids.
It's a little bit overwhelming when 17 children walk through the door at the same time, but they are very well behaved and there's never an issue. So we enjoy having them in the store.
We got everything we need. We're going to check out.
It's hard work trying to go out as a family, I guess, to the store. It wears us out. And with the camera crews around and everything, so I guess there's a lot of people that don't really like going out and shopping, but in our family, it's like everyone enjoys it. They beg to go because you get to get out of the house.
It's strange to other people, but to us, it's just kind of like our life.
$1,959.91.
Wow, I think it's the biggest yet. Let's load them up, move them out. We have a tree that's been dying out in our front yard, and so I told the boys, let's go cut it down. Go grab the chainsaw.
What do you say to people who are concerned about the drain families like yours take on natural resources and the environment?
Every person uses up water, air, and resources, but our family, we may use up more in our family, but per person we probably use less resources.
We tend to be more resourceful in buying things that others would discard. For instance, going out and getting new shoes that manufacturers have to put forth all this effort for, we just got to go find all the used ones everybody would be throwing away anyway, and we use them because they're still in good shape.
We try to be very thrifty at everything that we do and stretch the dollar with our large family as far as we can stretch it. One way we heat our home is with wood. We have a wood stove out in a shed, in a wood shed, and so we're always trying to come up with firewood to burn. And over the past few years, we have a tree that's been dying out in our front yard, and so I told the boys, let's go cut it down. And so I thought this thing looked like it was completely dead. I said, we probably can just push it over with the backhoe. We went over there and pushed it on with the backhoe, and it was just solid as a rock. This tree probably would give us about a month and a half worth of firewood for our furnace. So it's equivalent of probably $750 worth of heat. So then we dug around it and then tried pushing it over. It wouldn't come down.
I think they're boys, so they're just doing everything the hard way. I think they should just notch it out on the back, and it'd come right down. Grab the chainsaw. Finally take my advice. So then we went and we started cutting it, and I told the boys we need to cut it below ground so we don't leave a stump. So we started cutting it and cutting it and cutting it, and that tree, I mean, it was a red oak, and I guess it was just still solid in the middle. And finally, after about half a day, we were able to cut it down and cut it up into firewood, but it took a lot longer than I thought it would. We still got probably at least another 4 hours worth of work ahead of us, maybe 8 hours. But still, if we spend all day doing this, it's still like getting paid $100 an hour in energy savings. There's a friend of ours, Mr. Charlie, that lives in town, and well, he said he would like to put in a garden, but he didn't have a spot at his apartment. And so we said, well, why don't you come out here and you could use some of our land.
Have you gone and priced tomatoes lately? Yeah, it's getting as bad as milk and gas. I recommend anybody growing their own vegetables.
So he said, well, maybe I can teach your children how to do a garden. And we said, that'd be great. And we said, well, our kids love cucumbers.
You can turn it off now.
He ended up putting in a whole row, it's about 100 feet long in our backyard, and the children got to help plant it. He went fishing and caught perch and put below like every plant. And the garden has just done great.